The narcissist is mentally, emotionally, and psychologically stuck in childhood. And much like a child or pre-adolescent, they are very selfish, entitled, bratty, very demanding, and they often react to things in a very childish manner. They whine, they complain, they won't compromise, they have tantrums. They are cognitively unable to care about your point of view or your logic. And much like children can be very manipulative, the narcissist is no different. They have this uncanny ability to always get what they want. If you really would like to get the feel of how a narcissist behaves, just have a conversation with an unhappy 3-year-old and you'll understand. They can act like children when it comes to other people as well. They might say things like, "That's my friend, you can't hang out with them," or "You're copying me, I bought that first." They may be possessive over objects, taking things, not giving them back, coming up with reasons as to why they shouldn't have to give it back. Often the narcissist will have a childish tone of voice or a childish body language when they're upset. They might sulk, stomp around, slamming doors. If you need to talk to them, they might pretend they can't hear you. It's really 2 steps away from them covering their ears and saying, "I can't hear you, I can't hear you," which he's done to me before. So oftentimes they will refrain from acquiring adult skills, such as learning how to drive. They might also refrain from acquiring a formal education. That's generally the case with a somatic narcissist. The cerebral, on the other hand, will use their formal education as bragging rights. They avoid responsibilities towards other people, most often their close friends and family. They also look at adult relationships as being silly, much in the same way a child would look at a couple and say, "Ew." Much like children who haven't been taught basic manners, they typically lack social graces. My ex never said please or thank you. It's not only a manners issue, but it's because they have such a huge sense of entitlement. They don't think they're required to say please and thank you. He didn't cover his mouth when he sneezed. He didn't use a fork correctly. He didn't hold the door for anyone. If we were at a restaurant with other people, he wouldn't wait his turn to order. He would just start ordering, regardless of how we were seated. At family dinners, he wouldn't pass the food around the table. He would just take what he wanted, put down the plate, and he wouldn't ask the other person if they wanted anything. After dinner, he would never put his own plate in the sink. He would just leave it there and wait for someone else to do it. If someone was being nice by offering a ride, offering to pay for something, offering a drink, he always just accepted it. He never said, "Oh, thank you, that's nice of you, but I'm fine." He just said, "Okay," and he never would say thank you to a favor or a gift. They often cling to their parents or memories of their parents. They transfer their adult responsibilities onto other people. This, again, is part of being a selfish child who thinks that they can just avoid doing chores. I remember one time my ex-boyfriend and we were folding his laundry, and his friend came over. Instead of helping me finish, he just said, "Okay, you got this, I'll see you later." And he just left me there with his laundry, and he acted very surprised when I said, "I'm not doing this." They generally hold on to childish goals and dreams. They may still watch their childhood movies. My ex was very into the idea of being a rock star. Not a musician, a rock star. He is very talented. I won't insult his talent. I still think he is a very talented singer. But playing music and entertaining people wasn't enough. He actually created a whole character. He went by a different name. The character had a fake backstory. He was this charismatic, flashy guy who got all the girls. He was always center of attention. Of course, this was the total opposite of the person he was growing up. Growing up, he was very shy. He never had a girlfriend. So to counteract this, he became this godlike creature, as he called it. He created a persona who's everything he wanted to be. And he used the word rock star to describe himself on a daily basis. He still only watches movies he watched growing up, and he would take personal offense if I didn't want to watch them too. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these movies are great, and I have a pretty cool collection of movies myself, of movies that I liked when I was a kid, but I still watch new ones. My tastes have changed to movies that are more my age level. We're in our 30s. So when he would get angry that I didn't want to watch Indiana Jones, again, I really saw how stuck in childhood he was. A narcissist will remain in the toddler's mindset, which caters to his narcissistic needs. Remember, narcissism is a defense mechanism. It's a way to cope with reality. A toddler is given everything. He doesn't have to lift a finger. If he wants something, he cries, he moans, he demands it. His emotional needs are completely taken care of. The narcissist wants to keep his status as a child because adulthood is just way too scary for him to deal with.